Let me hear you scream. It's the Wu Worldwide DJ Coalition.
Yeah, boy! Yo. BDSIR Network. It is the best damn show in worldwide radio. WeRocx Spot R920. International Fleet Radio, Street Madness Radio. Guess what? It's Ladies Night. Part 2. You know what I mean? Well, apart from me, because I'm the host. You know what I mean? Y'all know how that is. Grab body, beautiful worldwide DJ Coalition, you know what I mean? Hey, special moments. What a moment right now, man. You know what I mean? We're taking this back. I mean, I could go back as far as November 94, August 1st, 95. Yeah, I know. Don't let me go there. Don't let me go there. No, Onni in the building. How you doing, girl?
I'm great, thank you. It's an honor to be here today to do this interview. I am great. It's going to be fantastic today. It's going to hear some great stuff. We've got a great artist today. Let's go. I'm ready for this today.
Let's go. Let us go, man. We have a new co-host in the building. Join the team, newest member. You know what I mean? She's known as the boss lady, because that's, you know, that's all I deal with, man. Boss ladies, man. You know what I mean? I don't do no one less than that. Boss lady. Britt Johnson, how you doing, girl? Welcome to the show, man.
You guys, how are you? I'm so glad to be here, all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm over in the States, so I'm super excited to be here.
We are excited to have you. We are excited. We can't wait for the show to start. We can't wait.
It's going to be fun. That's why I said, bring it on.
Yeah. Bring it on.
Bring it on. I got the boxing gloves. Bring it on.
Round 3.
Round 3, no, not even round 1, you know. Oh,
No, we're going for round 3, round 4, round 5.
People, you're about to lose your mind right now. This is an honor and privilege, man. I don't understand how I get myself in these positions, but it's like, yo, ask this week's special guest. Man, like I says, I remember what happened to me in November of 1994, right? I remember what happened, especially what happened to me August 1st, 1995. I remember that day as plain, right? And we're going to get into that. But also, we need to get into what's happening right now. And people, I mean, for some of y'all don't know, she could well be hip-hop's best kept secret. You know what I mean? This woman, not just hip-hop, but soul as well. Some of the music I've heard, it's like, how in the world is she not bigger or higher than where she is right now? But that's all right. That's all right, man. We're going to talk about it. And guess what? We got a birthday to celebrate. We need you to acknowledge this lady. No. It's her birthday, man. It's birthday season. So we got to salute her. We got to honor her. We got to acknowledge her. We're going to acknowledge Wu-Tang's first lady. We're going to acknowledge the lady called Blue Raspberry. Welcome to the RePPiN4U Hip Hop Show, girl. Salute.
Woo! Thank you. Peace, everybody.
Thank you for giving me goosebumps as a teenager.
Happy birthday. How young are you? Young? Tell us how young you are. I'm sure you're 25. I know you're not going to say any older than that.
I'm going to tell you, I really embrace each year that comes. I'm about to be 51.
Oh, wow.
On Friday.
Oh,
I'm gonna be 51.
Rewind that back again. We definitely need to see some ID now this time.
I will be born 6/9/72. I will be 51 on Friday. Yep.
Incredible.
I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to relax.
While the show is going on, please, I need to know the secret, and I need to know the secret because when I reach that age, I wanna look like you. I need to know the secret. There's got to be some kind of secret. Please share with us during the show, or even after the show. Please let me know what you're using on your skin. We're gonna want to know.
Oh, thank you.
The first thing I said when I saw you was, "Oh, you're beautiful."
Thank you.
Before everyone popped on, I'm like, "Oh, you're beautiful." I didn't even know. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
age ain't nothing but a number.
Ooh, that's
You're
right.
defying that number.
Black don't crack can still
Only
look
in
good
certain
after
cases.
centuries.
And yeah, you're
you
right.
know?
Black don't crack.
I believe it's true. I believe it's true.
Yes.
To an extent. To an extent. You saw what happened to Robert. So age is more than a number, okay? We're not even okay? Age is more than a number as far as I'm concerned, okay?
In some instance, yes.
Instances,
I see what you mean.
maybe.
Yeah, I can't.
know.
Yeah.
Right, okay. But no, man, now Blue Raspberry looking great, man. You're looking great. I'm glad you're here, man. We need to talk about, you know what I mean, your beginnings, where you're at now, all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the beginning for a minute, man. So,
Okay.
So true or false? The man called, was it Killer Priest that gave you the name? Why did Killer Priest give you that name? Is that true?
I believe we all was just coming out of Chungking at the time. And sorry, it's just looking at my dogs, making sure they don't come in here. You know, I was at Chungking. We was all at Chungking at the time. And my nickname is Candy. So Riz is like, okay, we got to think of a name, you know, for Candy. You know, what we gonna call her. And then Killer Priest bust out was like, when I look at you, I think of and he put his hand, he was like, oh, Blue Raspberry. And I was like, Blue Raspberry. And everybody was like, oh shit, he killed it with that. He killed it with that. See, the first thing in my head is like, this sounds like a stripper name. But then I was like, you know, that might work, you know. So we just went with it. It took a while for me to get used to it. Because it's like, when someone says Blue Raspberry and they're involving a person, I'm sitting here like, that could go a million ways. But I'm like, okay, we could do that. It took me a while to get used to it, but it worked.
I love it. Blue Raspberry. It's like he looked at you and he thought you looked tasty.
I didn't ask any questions.
Raspberry.
You know,
I didn't say it. She said it. I didn't say that.
You know, I was just, you know, at that time, I was real quiet. You know, it was like, it is what it is, you know, type mentality. And when he said that, it was like, okay. And everybody was like, oh, he killed it with that. That's what we gonna call her, this or that. And I was like, okay. I didn't think anything of it. It was like, all right, whatever floats your boat.
Grown on you since then.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't regret it at all. You know, the name definitely rings bells, you know, with all the work that I've done and things like that. And like I said, I've gotten used to it.
Wow. Oh, that's wild, yo. Oh man. Please forgive me. I'm just kind of distracted because there's another guest who's trying to get on the call. You know what I mean? And there's like a bit of problems. Have you got any questions for Blue Raspberry Brit?
I wanted to know, how did you feel being the female in the pack? You know, like that you got a bunch of independent thinkers and you being one of them. How did you feel being the female in the pack?
Well, I grew up among all guys anyway, you know, so it really, you know, I was raised around all guys, basically, as at the end of the day, like an only child to my grandparents. And I drew more to my grandfather. You know, I had a lot of male cousins, everything. I got brothers. So it was cool. You know, I didn't really think too much of it. You know, it was, I'm going to be honest, it felt, you know, when they were so much taller than me. I'm only like 5'1", 5'2".
Oh,
you know, I can say the only feeling I ever got was, damn, I'm short. You know, just like I'm around all these tall.
And what about when it came to like the jam sessions, when it came to you guys sitting down and, you know, lyrics starting to flow? Did you ever feel like you had to be in charge and be heard?
I was already that.
Mm.
I was already going to be heard because my voice travels. So they would, our jam sessions, man, it was like get in where you fit in type, and I'll just bust out and start singing after one of them's rhyme or whatever. We used to be in RZA's basement, just having jam sessions. We could be anywhere and, they'd be rhyming and I'll start singing and everything. And like I said, RZA likes to catch a genie in a bottle. So even when we're in a jam session and I'm just warming up, he's already hitting record. So we catch moments.
Yeah, that's where the best stuff is sometimes.
Yes. And a couple of songs came from, jamming like that, just being creative. A lot of times when I went in, there was no plan on doing anything. It was just like, be creative. Let's see what you got. Oh, wow. This beat was created. Oh, can you sing something to this? Or you got something for this? And things get created that way. And it was so many masterpieces that came out of that.
Nice. That's awesome.
When did you actually discover you had that voice? When did you start singing?
I can't even remember. When I was little, I used to battle people on the school playground in second grade and singing.
Whoa.
They'd be like, oh, she can sing, but she can't sing better than her. And then I'm out there singing some Denise Williams, Shaka Khan at the age of 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old.
What?
So...
That is fantastic. It's kind of like a battle at school where everyone would be around and they'd all just start singing and then
later
rapping.
on, when everybody started having their freestyle battles, I was in elementary school battling females singing.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Wow. So, I mean, I've heard of rap battles, but not singing battles like that. You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you, I have gotten on stage in freestyle singing at rap battles. And made people drop the microphone. So
I'm guessing you won all of these singing battles then back in the days. You won them all.
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
Yeah.
When did you start writing your first song? And what inspired you to start writing?
Well, in school, everything was really coming from school. I wrote poetry. From a young age. Like I used to win contests. Like I remember in 5th grade, I won a gold necklace for a poem that I wrote reciting the presidents backwards. So I never thought that I would get involved in actual singing on that level because that was just something I was doing. I was more of a little tomboyish, wanting to run around, hang out and stuff like that. I worked and everything. I was studying criminal law, different things like that. And, here and there, I do little talent shows in Link City or something. I did the Apollo. And it was just, I used to just lock myself in the laundry room and blast my radio and just sing different songs to different genres and things like that. Like I said, I never planned on being a singer. It's just that one day at the Impact Convention in Atlantic City, I happened to meet all these guys that was getting ready to blow up. And, RZA kept his promise, was like, you ready? Yeah, okay. And it just started from there.
Rockstone, tell me something, Blue. Tell me something. Did they have you sit down and watch Kung Fu films with them as well? That's a serious question.
Those were the times.
They watched Kung Fu films.
So they watched Kung Fu
films. When I really
films.
got involved in it, the way that I really got involved in it was RZA had a Panasonic 3DO. And we were playing Samurai Showdown. And I got on there and started killing them with Mitsurugi. And I was like, okay, I'm good with the Kung Fu shit now. And that's how I really got into video games. Mortal Kombat,
Streets of
Tekken,
Rage.
Bloody Roar. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh man, Street Fighter.
I
Man,
was there
me
for
and my
that
aunt and
one.
them used to sit up and play until our score on a Super Nintendo, until the score was all the way in the millions, just taking turns. Like that's how I got into video games. Riz and them got me into, really got me into wanting to play video games.
Wow.
Man, I wish I was there, man.
So that's where I got into the Kung Fu thing, I watched some movies and everything, but I, just kind of passed me by or whatever. But when it comes to putting that joystick in my hand and I'm playing and I'm doing the kicking and punching and all that, yeah, that was for me.
Did you start winning? Did you win them all?
Most of them.
But you ain't played me.
At that time, no, because they were used to playing it. But as I started growing it, and then, Killer Instinct and each and every one of them that came out, Soul Calibur, I was tearing people up. Like I would still had a joystick, and it'd be done went around like 10 people in the room, and I still had a joystick. Me and my family playing, me and my brothers, me and my friends playing. Like, y'all ain't gonna beat me in this. I'm good.
That sounds so exciting.
What was the song that you would say made you the most comfortable with being an artist? Like, what's that one song that when you just think of it even now, you can just remember that's the song that I was like, yeah, okay, I'm doing this. I'm really doing this.
Before I would have said Heaven and Hell. Because when, we did the video and everything, it's like, yeah, wow, I'm really doing this, But then when Release Your Death, when I first stepped on the scene, when I came out with that one, I was like, okay, I belted that one out. And it was like, and then we were at the video shoot and I'm looking around, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. This is what's going on. All right. And so, I didn't get cocky with it or anything like that, but internally, yeah, I was cocky as hell.
Oh my God. Right. Nice.
What was the inspiration behind Heaven and Hell? Because that just sounds really interesting, the name Heaven and Hell. What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, RZA would play the music and be like, what could you do with this or whatever? And then I just like, ooh, no one can fuck without Wu-Tang. Just singing.
Don't start.
No.
Don't stop me.
Just singing. And with me, as far as singing is like a safe haven for me. Like I said, I used to lock myself in the laundry room in my grandparents' house, or even in my room. I used to carry around a Ladybug record player, at a really young age, and just be humming and singing and freestyling to myself at a very young age. So that was like, whenever I got upset or whenever my mind got cloudy or parents got on my nerves, I just start humming or go in a room with a big giant thing of ice water, because I love to sing and dance, and I would just blast it and just act like there was no one else in the world but me in that stage. So I was pretty comfortable, when I was singing with them. I was pretty, comfortable vocally.
Well, it just worked, man. You know what I mean? It just worked. You know what I mean? You talk about Heaven and Hell. So we might as well stay on August 1st, 95. The way Blue Raspberry made me feel when I was delivering papers, right? I was a paper boy. You've got to imagine this was August 1st, 95, and the goosebumps on a hot August day. You know what I mean? Blue Raspberry, what was you thinking when you went off on glaciers of ice, man?
Whoa!
The way, oh my God! I was like, oh my gosh! Ghostface Killer's like, that's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. I was like, I'm done. That's it.
It's like like do my vocals. I like to roll my vocals certain ways, and sometimes I'll just do some wild shit. Like and that right there, I was behind the microphone warming up, or I just like being at, just hearing myself through the system. And I would sing like different songs to warm up. Patti LaBelle, Over the Rainbow, and at the end, it just worked with it, like, and it's just that it was glaciers.
That track is out of order, you know what I mean? It's out of order. Oh my gosh. So we fast forward to 1999, which just happens to be a segue to the guest that was meant to come through. I think she's having problems checking in, you know what I mean? So we may have to reschedule that, you know what I mean? Shout out to the lady called Angie Stone. That was going to be our surprise birthday present for you. That was going to be our surprise birthday present for you. Blue.
Man, I would love this, just a collaborator, just to speak in conversation. She is one of my favorite singers. She's one of the ones I used to put on my radio when I blasted it.
For real.
Especially and you kind of tell that you get a little bit of inspiration from her as well.
Yeah. She's one of the ones I used to practice to.
Wow.
Oh, for real. Man, we're gonna have to reschedule that one. Angie will be coming on the show, but just not today, I'm afraid. You know what I mean? I've had the email come through. You know what I mean? I had the email come through. Man,
I wish she could get on. Oh.
I know. Yeah, so, for some reason they're saying the link's not working for some reason. And I'm like, no, you can't be telling me.
The first one you sent me didn't work, but the second one you sent me went right in.
Yeah. That's what I tried to tell them, but I don't know what happened there. You know what I mean? So I do apologize for that, people. We did have Angie Stone scheduled, but she will be coming on the show.
Wow.
Just not this week.
Just let her know when you talk to her, she was one of my influences.
Wow.
She was one of my inspirations. When I seen her come out, she was so natural, and it just like, it really made an impact on me. Her voice, the tone of her voice and everything, like, kind of put me in a different realm with what I was doing, so I was taking notes from her too,
What other artists are inspirations to you as well?
Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, Sarah Vaughan, Nina Simone. Oh man, the list goes on. Tina Marie. Oh wow, just Gladys Knight. Notice I'm mentioning them, like people that really sing.
Yes, I was about to say
not
the same
nasal,
thing.
Not just the falsetto. People that could sing, and if the mic go out, they could throw the mic in the crowd somewhere, and the crowd still hear them just the same.
That's right. That was back in the days when it was all about talent.
Yes.
About the voice. Now it's not actually about the voice. It's about how much people they can how much publicity.
How many numbers you got? What's your rating? If you sound like this person, which sounds like the other person, who sounds like that person, that sounds like that person, that sounds like that person. So everything sounds the same to me right now.
It does. Back in the days, the voices were very unique. And when you heard the voice, you knew who the vocalist was straight away. And that was just talent then. You only get into the music industry if you had talent. It was all about the voice.
Yes, where you don't need a studio. You want a spot just like that.
Yeah, they could go on live on TV and just sing.
What I really like about your voice, and I just actually pulled up your pieces here on Reverb Nation, is your sound, like your voice is how you sound when you're singing also.
Oh,
So,
wow. Thank you.
like you've got a very almost like a sensual voice that kind of just draws you in. And literally I just pulled up Walk These Dogs, and just hearing you speak and then also hearing your sound in the song, you're naturally sounding like that. You know, some people, they have to like fix their voices and things like that. You've got that powerful, sensual, like romantic voice on this rap beat. Did you ever feel like anybody had suggested you took their sound? Did you ever have to deal with that?
Never. What people would say sometimes is that I'm on that level of maybe Aretha, or, you know, because that's how my voice would travel, because my voice is really strong. And they would say, okay, oh, wow, your voice is like giving me that 70s, 80s, like, you know, vibe. You know, you're on the same platform, but not that I would ever, you know, as far as style or anything, everybody, you know, it was just my own style. I never, you know, I think that's why some people say it's hard to categorize me, because of the way that I am. It reminds them of so many.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And it also takes them back to days when vocalists were actually vocalists. So.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You can never ever replace them. You can never replace their vocals either.
Yes, and they didn't need auto-tune. Because see, with me, even with the song that you heard, like I do all my backgrounds and everything. There's no knobs, there's no alterations on my voice or anything. Because you know, however thick or thin, or if I want it to sound off, I'll do that manually. You know, sometimes I'll use 110 vocal tracks to sound like a mass choir. Just don't take my voice and add anything to it. If anything needs to be done, let me do it naturally.
That is natural talent.
That
is true talent.
Thank you.
That's what's up. That's
so
what
when are you coming to the UK? Please. I want to hear you live.
Trying to get over there.
I want you here. I want to hear you live. I want to hear these natural vocals live.
I am trying to schedule a trip to come to the UK. I've been wanting to. I have some friends out there. I've been trying to get out there. Probably, I was going to come a few years ago, but boom, here go COVID. The world shut down. You know, so then it was like, okay, now when can I go over there? But I plan on being over there maybe within probably not even less than a year. I plan on coming out that way.
We can't wait. We want you here. We want those vocals here.
To be honest, I'm thinking about moving up out of here. UK looks kind of nice to me right now.
Check this out. As at time of this interview going out on World One Radio and ReRocx R920, the Wu-Tang are over here in the UK, and Nas doing New York State of Mind. You know what I mean? I'm gutted I'm not there, but I'm talking to you. We're talking to you right now, Blue Raspberry. You know what I mean? That's what's up. That is a shame.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're over here in the UK, man. You know what I mean? Doing their tour. I did plan to go, but boy, too much things happened, and then my sister got married. So that's
you
know? So you know, that's what's with your logo. I know it's like it was a challenge for each person within the chambers to have their own logos and their own and their own essence within the logo, right? So I'm looking at your logo, and it's yummy. It reminds me of like a glass of wine. I'm just
I have
everything
so
about you is very like romantic and sensual, but that very harmonious, right? So did you come up with your logo design, or did they?
Oh,
yeah,
I
how'd that happen?
I specified what I wanted.
Okay.
And you know, put it together. And like right now, Mathematics is actually working on a finalized logo for me.
Okay.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He's working on the next one? Because I like the one that already. The one that I saw, it looks like it just, Britt was explaining it. The one that I saw, it looks like a chocolate Cadbury's milk tray, but I'm
thinking about like, I want to keep that one, but I also want to an alternate logo.
Right. Yeah.
But see, I may not even like, I'm always going to be Blue Raspberry. I cannot get away from that name. I'm always going to be that, but I'm also thinking of, just coming out with my regular name, just re-identifying myself to, let people know like, yeah, you heard me on these Wu tracks, but I have a voice outside of that, outside of the hooks. I have
right.
The logo seems very ladylike. I love it.
And that shows, you know what I mean? That shows some of the tracks that I've checked out, through on your Spotify. Some of these tracks are amazing, man. People, tracks like Superman. Tracks Tracks like What Would I Do Without You?
Ooh.
There's one called Better For You. There's one.
Oh yeah, that. Oh my goodness, that one's one of my favorites. I recorded that in Detroit.
Come on,
yeah,
man. You know what I mean? That's what I love. You're not just Release Your Delph. You're not just Rainy Day. Oh, don't get me started on Rainy Days. But you're not just Heaven and Hell. You're not. You know what I mean? You're not just Wu tracks. You know what I mean? I've got a lot.
Right.
I mean, we keep going. You know what I mean? But some of these solo tracks that you got going, man, amazing, man.
And see, I'm ready to start releasing. I'm ready to start releasing music. I'm actually working on the last bit of songs that I got to go right now, and I'm getting ready to start releasing music.
Wu-Tang Clan rocks the world.
Yeah.
So what I was just asking really quick is, well, two things. I'm just such a production person. Can you tilt your camera down just a little bit? That way it's not cut off. Nope. Blue Raspberry. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, what do you mean, Shane?
Because when you laugh, sometimes you go down and then we lose your face. And so I'm also gonna use this video so that we can share this on our platforms as well.
Okay.
But what I was asking was, when you release your music, are you gonna do kind of like, back in the day we would have songs that would be released, or are you gonna do one song at a time? Are you going to trickle it out to us so that you can build up that anticipation?
I think I'm going to release. That's why I released a little bit of stuff online. But my whole goal is to release some singles. But remember back in the day how the albums were? Like you could just put the albums on and let them play. And they were more than 3 minutes. And it was more than like 7 songs.
Yeah.
That's... I want to put out an album. I don't want to put out a project or an EP. I want to put out a real album of music. So I'll be in the middle of doing that. I'll be releasing singles.
Okay.
From upcoming albums, such and such. Yeah. I'm working on probably like 4 different albums right now.
Wow.
Whoa.
Nice.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
I actually have Raekwon on one of them.
Wow.
Oh, we need that. We need
that. It's going to be fantastic.
Did COVID give you time to step back and rethink, like, how you're going to do music, how you're going to present yourself, how you're going to usher into this new age of really audience, right? Because everything is so much is virtual. Did that really change the way that you're going to be, doing your exposure on these platforms and on the internet?
Not really, because I'm, in my work career, I'm an analyst. In my everyday life, I'm an analyst. I sit back and I watch, and I see things going a certain way. I wouldn't even have wanted to put music out, in the past, past 2005 until I wouldn't even have wanted to put music out because everything was geared towards auto-tune. Everything was geared towards, not the talent, but the numbers. So right now, what I see is that where else they gonna go right now? They're gonna have that real music come and save it. So that's why right now is a good time to do it. And I purposely did it this way, because I don't want to just, everybody's like, put this out, put that. No, I'm not going to do that, because I'm watching the industry, and I'm watching where they're going with things. I'm watching, excuse my French, I'm watching the fuckery. It is a whole bunch of niggerdom going on right now. And you're starting to see what people really want and what's missing. And I'm going to be that person to contribute to what's missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Because I feel like there's something worse than auto-tune that's come out now. There's something worse than mumble rap that's come out. And no, yes, it's worse. And I call it AI. I just want to get your thoughts on that. Artificial intelligence. Now we're hearing artists coming out, but it's not them. It's artificial intelligence.
Who would have known? Who would have known that it would go this far? You know? And I'm kind of going like this because I work in business and artificial intelligence.
But you know what? The machine calculates, right? The flow of what's happening with music, which again just reverts back to everything is so cookie cutter, everything is so similar that AI is able to equate what music's gonna be popular. Like, it's crazy when a machine can say, oh, this is what everybody sounds like. We can just put this together. There's nothing different out there. And that's why,
to be honest, that's exactly right. It can easily say this is what everybody sounds like, because right about now, everybody sounds the same.
Right. But what they're doing now as well is they're making the people that they want to be big. So they're selecting the artists that they want to keep on playing and they want to see out there and putting them before other artists. So
and it's a shame. It's a shame that program directors, like you used to turn the radio on and hear such a variety of music. We don't have variety no more. You turn the radio on I tell everybody this: if you go from one part of the world to the other, the radio is going to sound like a compilation of the same beat and 4 artists.
That's right.
And I just feel like I just feel like they should bring back the genres. Like, you could have your drill, you could have your trap or whatever, but then still bring back that real midnight love R&B. Bring that hip hop back, because I see younger people, that slow, lean, druggy type track or whatever, make them go like this. But then when they hear something like Incarcerated Scarfaces, or they hear something from KRS, or they hear
they think it's brand new
or something like that, they be like, oh man, because our music was ready to make you bounce, make you dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We wasn't calling everybody bitches and we doing these drugs and I want to create life. I want to create love, not casket. I want to create success, not failure. I want to create inspiration, not demotivation. And that's what we used to have. I was writing it down the other night. When hip hop came out, there was so many different groups, different solo acts and everything. Even with the bridge between MC Shan and KRS. Yeah, it was going back and forth or whatever, but that's as far as it went. It was healthy entertainment. It got everybody up on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now niggas is getting so butthurt after, a battle that they want to go shoot and all. It's like, if this is the attitude you have, then you ain't even mature. Stay the fuck out the industry. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't for you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it was built on battling in the first place, right?
Yeah,
It
you
was built
spot
on
on.
battling in the first place.
Like
Yeah,
real
and
competition.
exactly, real competition. Like right now, they're throwing shots so disrespectful and everything. Like it got to the point where it even turned me away, like, ill. You know, and then you gotta wonder, like, do they even have kids? Is this what they want their children to do? And my daughters, when they was younger, my daughters was listening to the rap. My daughters was like, Mom, can you put a CD in? When they were younger, it was like, we don't want to hear that. I brought them up on hip hop. And now they're saying, you know, trap is hip hop. That's not hip hop. That's rap. It's a difference between rap and hip hop.
Oh yeah.
It is a difference. Anybody could
Whoa.
come out and say a rap and do whatever you do. Hip hop is a movement. It's a way of life. It's a way of getting a message out there to help the generations that's coming in after us, teaching them, okay, what we went through, this is not for you. You know what I'm saying? You see what's happening. We want y'all to do better. Rap is just rap. They don't give a damn what they rapping about. They don't give a damn the tracks they rapping over. They don't give a damn about nothing. It's like their brains are like, psh, they don't give a damn about anything. That's not hip hop. Hip hop is a culture that's teaching, that's helping the next generation.
There's a post that I put up where with Harry Belafonte, where it was describing how when rap music first came out, coming from his genre of music, right? When it first came out, he felt like it was fresh. He felt like it was new. But then you had the powers that be, which is really the money, come in and infiltrate by way of showing, 100 silver coins or whatever, and jingling that, and people being like, well, I need the money, so I'm going to dance for you, right?
Oh my gosh, the Bojangles. That's
they turn it to the Bojangles for the money.
That. And they're like, well, yeah, I'm like, no, you know what happened? Like, if you think of it, the timeline with hip hop, and when NWA came out and all that, and then they're like, you know what? The powers that be was up here like this. We can get them that way. Because they didn't want messages to get out. They didn't want us to express ourselves. So they're sitting there giving all of this glitter, gold, and millions of dollars to those, I'm gonna call them house niggas. Because it's like, oh, you gonna come Bojangle for me? Come down here, dangle this, like dangling a peanut in front of the elephant. They gonna grab it because they want money.
Yes.
And then they make it. They took control and made it so that is gonna be the norm as a requirement to be able to get in the industry. Because half of these people getting awards on these award shows, it's like, who the hell are you? Never heard of you. So it's not real anymore. Hell, your kids can't even really watch the awards anymore because of what goes on in it.
Right. The performances at the awards are,
oh my gosh, yes,
trash.
Yes.
And the fact that they're letting these things happen on mainstream TV, that's a whole nother conversation. Like, I can totally go into
I'm gonna tell you, I can go on for hours about
but
my
it's so
grandfather.
refreshing.
I've been taught to look at stuff like that. My grandfather is an ex-Black Panther. Rest in peace. So that's how I was raised. He was very militant. He had me watching everything.
Right.
I was not restricted from anything. He wanted me to see what the world had in store. So as I looked at everything, I'm sitting here like a lot of people are looking at the cover saying, oh, this is what it has to be, but they're not looking at the timeline. They're not looking at the pages.
Yeah,
they're not looking at when it changed.
What's happening socially when the music comes out and then changes, and who's popular, and why all of a sudden they got rappers wearing skirts and dresses, and this is
what the powers that be wanted. And I just wish they would say no to that.
Right.
you know, coming out there dressing like they ain't going with the wind on stage, you know, dressed like Scarlett O'Hara. I'm sitting here like, are we really doing this? Like, Black people, are we really doing this?
The reason why they're doing it is because they want us to see the negative side of our music, not the positive side of our music.
Right.
And
if you also notice
men cross-dressing a lot. So that's
what
they're
also notice how we kind of switch places, because where you hear trap and drill or how our music has gone, when you look at the other, they're doing what our R&B used to sound like.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, all right, y'all falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Y'all really don't see what's going on. You really want to sell yourselves out for $1.
Yeah.
You know? That's something I refuse to do.
Right.
Fantastic. That's what's up, man. And you know what I mean? You know, when you spoke on it earlier, when you spoke about the positive music needs to be brought back. You see, that's what Angie be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Angie started the album. Yo, when she comes to the show, you know what I mean? What I might do, Blue, because you know what I mean, she didn't come through. I might even holler at you, Blue, and say, yo, just come on through and talk to Angie.
Oh, do it, because I have a lot to talk about even then. I'm gonna tell you, my Bloomberg interview went over 2 hours, and he's like, we're gonna circle back around and bring you back again, because you know, it was really interesting, because the way music is today in comparison to everything, you know, we just had a really, like how we're doing right now, an awesome conversation on everything. And that's when you really know how people are feeling about what's going on, and that it's not really all of the artists, it's the powers that be that's, you know, that's holding things back unless they give into this. You know what I mean? And that's just, and then if you get too big, they try to move you out the way, because they really don't want that real history. They don't want that real status of where everything should be. They don't want that to come out.
And it's unfortunate. And, you know, Grant, you know, knows me and my background. It's unfortunate that they don't provide financial education for the artists once they start making these profits, once they start making these royalties, once they start making this money. They're always promoting and pushing to create this persona and spend your money on jewels. They don't tell these kids even these days, if you're going to get the big jewels, insure them. Who cares if somebody steals stuff? Because
not only insure them, medically insure your family, vision, dental, you know, retirement.
Get a piece of property that can
invest,
fund your
real
project.
estate, businesses, you know, get some revenue coming in, you know.
So just Blue Raspberry, have you got revenue coming in? Do you have a business, anything of your own coming up, acting, anything else aside
real
from
estate?
Being so
I'm looking up the artists with the real estate these days. I'm getting
okay. I'm gonna talk to you about the real estate. You know, I have, like, right now I'm getting a staffing agency off the ground that works in the IT side of things. You know, data analysts, business intelligence, you know, data warehouse engineers and different things like that, being able to place my people in positions where they can make that 6 figures, to have some money to start to, you know, to invest on things. Because you know, it's a shame when you look at you look on TV and you look at a documentary that came out a long time ago. They're saying Black people are the biggest consumers in the world, because you know, it's a fashion show. Oh, I got these Jordans. But then you look at Bill Gates, or you look at these people that's billionaires. They walking around in Buster Brown shoes, you know, alligator, you know, stuff like that, because they know what to do with their money. The powers that be already know what we want to do with them. We want to go get them jewels. And now, what's the use of getting jewels? Before you could walk around with that. You could have a nice car and everything. People be like, oh, but now you get them jewels. You got the nice car. The next person that lazy ass nigga that don't want to get up and work for nothing or whatever, want to take what that other person earned.
And they can't even hold it down.
They can't even hold it down.
Hold it down. It's so important that artists these days, even artists from you know, our previous generations, if they have an opportunity to funnel their money, I'm gonna talk about it, they funnel their money into real estate, you have a Airbnb that can fund your property, that can fund your projects. You have a condo that you're renting out to someone, and you can take those profits and actually put it into your project. And really looking at the artists these days that don't look like us, like Taylor Swift doesn't drop a lot of money on her clothes and jewels. So why are people doing it? You know, you look at people like
the biggest medallion. Why we need the biggest diamonds? Like, who didn't love you when you were young that you just need to show all of this off? Like, you know, it's more to it. Like I said, more to it than just the look. The beauty and the nature is on the inside. And that's going to shine more than what you get. That's going to shine more than what you put on. They're going to see that person. And it's going to be undeniable. You show them undeniability, and that's what everybody is going to take to. You know, everybody wants to get the nice cars. They want to get the nice, you know, the hottest shoes. I don't care if you live in a project, you shouldn't have a Lamborghini outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should have a house.
Right. That's why you got the new artists.
You are making yourself a target.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I just see that so much with us that it's sad.
It is, you know, it is.
You know,
I mean, we can't even say, yo.
I was going to say, I think the new artists that are actually coming out, they're getting like deals where they're giving them and promising them loads of money. And then after they're getting into that deal and they're getting loads of money, they're then losing everything. So they've got nothing.
Think about nothing. So that's the thing. They have to invest. They have to make sure they are insured on all ends. If I was, you know, I want to open a record label, but if I bring people in, they're going to have a pension. They're going to have a retirement fund. They're going to have, because for one, I have children and I don't know how I could make it without them being covered.
Right.
You know, that's one of the reasons why I got out of my contract with Wu-Tang, because I thought about my family. And I wanted to be with my family. I wanted to be there when my kids were sick. I wanted to be there when they graduated kindergarten, elementary, junior high, high school, college. I wanted to be there when their first tooth come out. You know, they try to keep these families apart so much that, again, it is sad. And then when something happens to the artist, they just go on about their business, and the artist has nothing when things happen. Their families have nothing, you know. And like, again, it is said something has to be done. You know, someone single-handedly can't do it, but if more people come together with that, that's that mighty fist that's going to bust them powers that be in their head.
Right. The powers that be depend on others not sharing their knowledge.
Right.
They depend on the fact that if you want to educate yourself, you got to read, right? They depend on the fact that just because I know it doesn't mean I'm going to share it with everybody else, because I don't want everybody else to have what I have. They depend on those Willie Lynch syndrome lessons that have been taught and passed down generation to generation. And, you know, the 1%ers, they're not against other people making money, because when you make money, I make money. There's this constant ride. But unfortunately, in our community, there's a selfishness of sharing knowledge. And that's where there's this glitch in the matrix, because we don't share knowledge with each other.
And then you also have those. Yeah, and then you also have artists that if someone comes out on stage that may open up for you and they may sound a little bit better than you, they stagnate them, make sure that they don't come out. So that's a talent that we're not ever going to see again. Or they don't want anyone to get bigger than them. My thing is, hey, if I contribute and let you win and you get bigger than me, that's bigger me up. You know what I'm saying? I had a hand in that. Like, I'm not gonna hold you back.
Yeah.
Like for what? I want to see everybody prosper.
Right.
I want to see
That's
everybody's success. I want to see us beat them at their own game.
Right.
That's what I
We're
want to see.
making ourselves lose because we want to be
Yeah.
up there, but we want to be the only one that's up there. We don't want to bring anyone with us. We just want to keep on rising up and up, and then leave everyone else behind once we're up there.
Right.
And we do it to
Exactly.
ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We work together as a team. We can work together to be great.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
It's a great segue. You know what I mean? It's a great segue. You know what I mean? Like showing love for everyone and helping each other win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It brings me to what I consider an underappreciated homage, a track that not many people know about. You know what I mean? You may know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Regardless of what Wu-Tang fans think of this guy right now, you know what I mean? But it was you, Silver Rings, and somebody, I think it was The Few, and you did a track called The Homage to RZA. Focus did the beat.
Silver Rings and Focus. Yeah.
Right? Not many people know about that. You know, you're giving your flowers to RZA, you know, in that track. I don't know how many people know. I know about it. I was like, man, Focus, he really captured that essence of that Wu beat. He really did.
He did.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I actually talked to Silver Rings. Was it yesterday? I was messaging with him this morning. I talked to Silver Rings yesterday. And you know, we spoke on that. Like, Focus really touched like the ingredient to make that sound like a real Wu-Tang track.
He did.
Yes.
He did.
And the way he came in on it.
The drums and the sample in there and everything.
Yeah.
You came through the hook. It was like, man. What I wonder what RZA himself thought about it, man. You know what I mean? Did he even
tell you the truth? I don't even know. I haven't even asked him about it. I think Silver Rings had to let him hear it. He had to have heard it.
Surely, you know what I mean? People, you might not hear their album that's gonna come up in 88 years or whatever it is. You know what I mean? We're not even going there, right? That's a whole nother interview altogether. We're not even going there. Right?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? In this show, we're gonna play that track. We need to play that track, man. The homage to RZA. You know what I mean? Some people are, oh, Silver Ring. Never mind that. You know what I mean? It's a homage to RZA. Blue Raspberry's on the track. You know what I mean? Never mind what you think about Silver Rings. It's a homage to RZA. You know what I mean? It has to be done.
Yeah, and to be honest with Silver Rings, you know, as far as their my brother's relationship with him or whatever, really, it was Silver Rings and RZA that were like brothers. Me and Silver Rings have a whole different relationship. Like from day one, me and him have been like this. That is like my ace. You know, and he's never done me wrong. He's never done me wrong at all. He's the one that's always tried to, like, if they think that I'm not going to do something or get on anything, they'll send him. Because they feel like she'll do it for Rings.
You know what I mean? I was one of the people who actually thought that Silver Rings album was actually good, you know? You know what I mean? I've actually got the Silver Rings album. You know what I mean? I thought, man, he did all right.
He's very talented.
Yeah. Now, this is another segue, right? This is another segue. Blue, I'm going to ask you this. Do you recall, do you remember the MySpace days? Surely you must remember the MySpace days.
Yes.
Where Tom at now? He was everybody's friend. Everything else want to put restrictions. Like, where MySpace at?
MySpace. Now, let me ask you this. Do you remember speaking with a dude named Mr. Keys on MySpace? Do you remember that?
Light Eyes, or let me see. I remember a Mr. Keys.
Okay, so Mr. Keys, he's my close friend. He's my good friend, right? We're from the same town, right? He just lives down the road.
Okay.
He lives like I don't know, 10 minutes down the road from me, right?
I remember Mr. Keys.
All right. So there was a time when you and him was speaking on MySpace. It didn't get to the stage where you and him was going to make music together, but you was conversating on MySpace.
Mm-hmm.
And his question that he wanted me to ask you was, what was this? Was there a time where that, you know, I mean, just because you're Blue Raspberry, that you was bombarded with producers giving you all these Wu beats, like Wu-Tang sounding beats, but you're like, nah, I wanna put my skills on something different.
I really got tired of people giving me some Wu-Tang sounding beats. I got tired of that shit. Why do you keep sending me this mess? Like, you know, I like compositions.
Yeah.
You know, the way my voice is, I like, transitions in music where they transpose to higher notes and, you know, different changes. Like, leave me alone with that other mess. That I like to, you know, maybe like an 8-bar verse, 8-bar pre-chorus, and then the chorus. Going in the second verse, you got an 8-bar, and then 2 choruses, and then go into a bridge, then transpose into a higher level with the chorus, and then fade out.
Did they send you the stuff with the sword sounds going through it?
Yes, yes, with karate stuff. Like, wait, your tiger style is lovely. Like, what am I gonna sing to that right now? That's when I'm with them. I'm with me right now. That's when I'm with them. I'm with me. I'm not over there on the host. But if you really want me to take it back and get grimy with it, yeah, if I decide to do an album like that, I could take it back to that grind. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on something totally different.
Yeah, and it shows, you know what I mean, to those producers out there who did that and might be still trying to do that. It's like, yo, guys, you haven't listened to her music on the Spotify at least, or the Reverb Nation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hear her sound.
And even if you are using a sample, use it that much, not this much. This much. Like, maybe over the hook, you know, you could bring a sample in or something like that.
Yeah.
This much. This much. Because I like music. I am a vocalist. I am a songstress, a vocalist. I'm not just a singer. I am a songstress. I need to have composed music.
And your voice is very versatile as well, so you can just do any style. You can go high, you can go low, falsetto. Yeah, very versatile. That's one of the best voices to have, because you can just fit into anything.
Like, I like music where I can go into character, not music where I feel like I'm just sitting up against the wall kicking some rocks because it's just sounding. You know, them loops sound like what music, you know, the loops sound like how music is today, the same.
Yes.
All the way through. And sometimes I'll be listening to tracks. Now, if it has a certain melody and it's looped and it's a certain melody, maybe I could get with some of the melody or something like that. But I am very melodic. You know, I like changes and different things like that. Now, like I said, I don't mind the samples or the loops, but this much, you know, just give me that much of it if you do. If not, keep that shit out of my music.
But I've noticed though, everyone that's in Wu-Tang, their voices are very unique. They're very different. You always know who they are.
Who they are,
when
exactly.
You hear their voice. Yes. All of them, every single one is very talented and again unique. None of them sound like each other. Exactly. Right,
that's my favorite.
None of them sound like each other.
That's how you get your favorite member. You know what I mean? And still discussed to this present day. Who's your favorite member? Oh, mine's the Jizza. Who's yours? Oh, mine's Inspector.
Because you can tell them apart. They don't even like, their cadences aren't even the same. Their styles, their voices, nothing is the same, but they match each other. That's what makes that good team. Everybody is an individual. Nobody sounds the same.
That's right. And then when they get together, it's just incredible. Because they all have a completely different style to bring to a track. And that's why it just explodes. And that's why not a lot of people can do what they've done. because they all sound so unique and they've all got their own. And when they get together, it's just magic.
Exactly. And, you know, I see people like, oh, you know, like we're going to be the next Wu-Tang, you know. You can't be the next Wu-Tang. Y'all sounding like each other. Nobody's unique in this group. Everybody has to have something different to bring to the table. You know, if you don't have that, no. And your styles are the same and all that, you were not the next.
No, there'll never be a next. It will never be duplicated. Okay?
No.
It will never be duplicated, right?
And I don't think there'll be a hip-hop group that ever do what Wu-Tang has done. It
will not, because we're heading for 30 years. We're heading for 30 years of 36 Chambers. We just celebrated 26 years of Wu-Tang Forever, and they're out here in the UK celebrating right now. You know what I mean? It's a damn shame that I'm not there, but hey, there'll be other times, man. There'll be other times. Blue Raspberry people on the RePPiN4U Hip Hop Show. What an honor and privilege, man. You know what I mean? Blue, thank you once again for coming on the show. Thank you for giving me goosebumps as a 15-year-old kid when rainy days would be played, you know what I mean, on this hot sunny day while I'm delivering papers, okay? You know what I mean?
I really enjoyed myself. I really enjoyed myself speaking to y'all. Thank you so much.
And we gotta have you back. And we gotta have you back. We gotta know, you know, we gotta be the first to hear like whatever drops new too.
Oh, well, I got some stuff that I'll probably shoot straight over to you.
Hey,
that's some exclusive.
That's what I'm talking about. If I can try and make it happen, right? If I can get Angie, and the next time I get Angie on, because we're going to reschedule, would you mind coming back on just for that moment?
Not at all. Not at all.
All right, I'm going to try and make it happen and work hard to make that happen for you, Blue. That's what's up, man. I owe it to you, man. It's your birthday. It's your birthday present from us to you, the Lady Claw, Angie Stone.
She's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. Yeah, you put that on. All of these, man. You gotta put all of these on the CD, bro. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Man, all of these, man. Don't even hold back, man. Don't hold it back right now, bro. I gotta play the soul shit though. I'm not playing my soul shit at all. Like, people about between. Man, we need that whole folder right there, though. This one here.